Hi, you guys. Just a quick video. I had this dream a couple nights ago, and I think I got my final revelation of it. Anyway, through watching another person's video, not through, but I got a confirmation to the revelations that I already got to it. So, the night after George Michael died, I don't remember, but I had a dream that I was in a second floor building, and apparently had already engulfed the first floor, and the fire was coming up through the seams or the edges of the second floor. And there were three babies that were old enough to sit up, sitting shoulder to shoulder in like a booth table. And I saw the fire coming up, and I knew it was a matter of time before the fire just like fanned over to them. And I was already in the second floor of this building, and two of the kids looked like twins, and then the third might have been a triplet or a sibling. So in one fell swoop, I just swept up all three of the kids and took them outside of this building. So when I got outside, I was downtown, and downtown Charleston, and the area that I was in is next to my friend's house. He wants me to go to a ball with him that he's throwing, and the only other significant thing in that area is his best friend and this park called Colonial Lake. So anyway, the kids have been, you can see that they were about to suffer from smoke inhalation, and they had passed out. So I just swooped them up and took them outside. And when I got outside, there was a cop or two, and they were like interrogating me as to my whereabouts. Like, you were already inside, right? Apparently, I was on probation, and it was going to make a difference whether or not I had entered the building to go rescue the kids, as opposed to me already being there in the building on the second floor and snatching the kids up. Apparently that was an issue, because apparently I was on probation, and had I entered the building to go rescue the kids, I got the feeling I would have been violating my probation. So I was like, yeah, I was already in the building. So they just kind of left it alone. So this thing was not a big deal to me. And I figured while I was already downtown, I'll just go to my friend's house, the one who wants me to go to the ball with him. And there was this, his whole front door was padlocked up with chains and all that stuff on it. And I was like, oh, well, he's not here, so I don't know. So I end up in a place, it almost seemed like I was on a bridge, and we were going to this big outside live concert, and I was sitting next to somebody, and it felt like news reporters were there. And as soon as they start recounting the story of me going inside or just rescuing the kids, I just started crying, bawling, crying. Like, this was the most miraculous, joyous thing that could have ever happened. And I was just crying. Like, as soon as they started recounting the story, it was very humbling to me, because it didn't really make that big of a difference that I got these kids, but it was just the fact that they didn't die. And for whatever reason, this thing was overwhelmingly just a joyous occasion. So, in real life, as soon as I wake up, my TV was on, and they were showing clips of George Michael, and they showed a clip of of his video that he has. I'll link it below. It's called Jesus to the Kids. And on the clip, it's two people holding hands that are inside of a box, two wooden boxes or something, and flames are coming up all around them, just like I seen in my dream. Just flames are coming up all around them. So the song and George Michael's name caught my attention. And then the next day I went to work, and on one of my clients' finger, she had this big cluster, 3 diamonds in a row, and then her wedding bands on top and bottom. And it made me think of the dream, because these kids were in a cluster. They were shoulder to shoulder. So I was like, okay. So it made me think that Jesus had rescued his children. And then today, and it also made me think of like the Pharisees and the Sadducees, how they used to always try to find something, or, nitpick with Jesus when he was performing miracles on the Sabbath. You know what I mean? Finally today, it kind of made me think of that. Like, they were nitpicking, just trying to find anything, and they would just, nitpicking. Anyway, for trying to find anything to accuse him of breaking the laws, the Jewish laws. So anyway, I was listening to a sister video, and maybe I can link her video below. Somebody else shared it, like Spiritual Ministries, Blessings or something channel had shared her dream, and she had a dream about 2 scriptures, and at the end she was talking about she had asked Jesus for she asked the Lord for a pre-tribulation dream, and in the dream, basically, the Lord told her, she heard an authoritative voice told her to put on her pre-tribulation clothes and to get ready. Get ready and put on her pre-tribulation clothes. And she said she looked down at her hand and she saw these diamond earrings. So that was confirmation to me, because I knew that's what it meant when I first saw the diamond on my client's hand. But I don't know. I wasn't sure. I was sure, but I wasn't, that was just like another confirmation. And so then it made me think of 1 Thessalonians 1, I think chapter 4. Then Jesus will descend with the voice of the archangel Micheal, and will gather up, I'm paraphrasing, and the dead in Christ will rise first, and those who are alive and remain will be gathered together up onto him, or caught up together. I'll put it below, okay, because I can't remember it. So anyway, I think it was a pre-tribulation dream. What it has to do with the Sabbath, I don't know. I guess the Sabbath would be on this Saturday, which is New Year's Eve. Not setting dates. But it just made me think about how the Pharisees and Sadducees got on Jesus' case when he healed somebody on the Sabbath day. And also, he gathered the children, or I gathered the children in the dream, but I think it was representative of Jesus. Just when it looked like they were going to suffer and die, I really loved these kids. I knew these kids were probably alive, but I know they looked like they had suffered for some type of smoke inhalation, because they were just like this. And the fact that this thing just really made me cry in my gut. I really thought when I woke up, my face would be wet with tears. I don't know why. It was just, this thing was just such a miraculous thing. But I just thought I'd share that. I do have another video to do, so I will come back and make another video, okay? God bless y'all. Jesus is coming.